Just a couple screw-ups on YouTube asks, will you be doing another interview with Motionless in White or Papa Roach?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Motionless in White and Papa Roach. I just mainly interview bands that I like and that my fans want to see. People always ask me, why do you interview Black Veil Brian so much, Brian? I get really pissed off. It's because my fans want to see that. Most of my fans really like the Black Veil Brides videos, so that's why I've done it 5 times. So yeah, you'll definitely be seeing more Black Veil Brides, more Motionless in White, more Asking Alexandria, more Papa Roach, and any band that my fans want to see on the show, I will do everything I can to make it happen.
Awesome. What do you think about YouTube and the opportunities it allows people to have?
I love YouTube. The coolest thing about YouTube is that it allows you to show your talent without the help of a TV station or radio station. If YouTube didn't exist, I would still be in school learning how to do what I'm already doing. So YouTube allowed me to do it faster, do it younger, and I'm my own boss. I don't have some grumpy old man telling me, I have to be at work at a certain time, and this is the story I have to do. It's allowed me to have a career. So I think for musicians and comedians and people who want to make entertainment, YouTube is your best friend. It's just amazing. I love YouTube.
Which is your favorite, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter?
I really YouTube I use more as videos, but between Facebook and Twitter, I like Twitter just because I think it's so personal to get an at reply from someone, whether it be me getting at replies from my fans, or when I have a chance to reply and my fans getting an at reply from me. Like I said, I'm all about my fans. I'm all about making them happy. So I love that Twitter allows me to have, real conversations with them. Someone can send me a tweet and I can, tweet them right back. There's not really any other platform where it's so easy to do that. So I'm definitely a huge fan of Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah. How long does it take you to edit a video and get it ready to upload to YouTube?
I've often told people I think the reason my videos are so popular is that every single one is edited. Not to say that, they're bad interviews without editing, but, if it's a 15-minute video, I will find the best 7 or 8 minutes that it's really fun and easy to watch. Having said that takes a lot of time, rendering the video, editing the video, cutting into pieces, putting, transitions on. But it's worth it, it's my full-time job, I love it, and there's no better feeling than working really hard on a video, being able to post it, and have thousands of people watch it. I love making entertainment, knowing that people are going to laugh and smile and be happy.
Yeah, definitely. On YouTube, Golden Sabbath 2 asks if you can walk us through the typical day of life of BryanStars.
Yeah, when I'm interviewing bands, I pack up my stuff, I get my camera, I get my tripod, I pick up Miranda, and we usually just go to a random city. Half the time we have no idea where we're going, but that's half the fun. We hang around the venue all day, meet bands, interview bands, we have a really good time, it's so much fun. The other side of things is me at home. People don't see the hours and hours that I spend editing and replying to fans and talking to publicists, but I work really hard, and I plan to keep going as long as people are watching my videos.
Yeah. Aim33 Red Key on YouTube asks, is it hard to get big in the music scene?
You have to work your ass off. Again, everyone wants to be a YouTube star, but not everyone is willing to put in, 10, 12 hours a day to make that happen. And everyone wants to be a rock star, but how many of them are willing to travel around the country with no money in winter, playing shows, just hoping to get a new fan or hoping to meet a new person? So, people don't see all the hard work that goes into it, but I've always told people if you work hard and you make videos or songs that you would watch or that you would listen to, you're 90% there. So.
Yeah, so it takes work. Lupe in Reverse on Twitter asks, are you going to interview the full band of Falling in Reverse?
Yeah, people often think that I decide who's going to be in a video. I can request it. I requested the full band in this past video, but at the end of the day, management is people who decide who's going to be in the video. So, hopefully down the road, management will set up an interview with the whole Falling Universe band. And I've heard the fans. I know that everyone wants to see Ashley and Cece from Black Veil Brides on the show. So, hopefully sooner or later their management can make that happen, and I can get more of the interviews that you guys are asking for. So.
Awesome. Amazingly Simple on Twitter asks, do you really love Andy Biersack?
Oh my God, yeah, there's things I would do to that. No, I'm just kidding. I like to play along with my fans. I think half of my show is a little bit of poking fun at ourselves because, we do love this music and we do love these bands that we listen to. So I like to play along. So yeah, I definitely pretend that I'm a huge Andy Biersack fan, but in reality, I just have a lot of respect for him. I think he's a really nice guy, and I think he's hilarious. Like, he's genuinely one of the funniest people I've ever met. And I will say, if I had to begin, I'd probably do Andy for sure. If I was drunk.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not still good. Anyway, yeah, so yeah. A good-looking guy, what can I say?
I Love Chocolate Bunnies on YouTube asks, are you ever going to interview My Chemical Romance?
My Chemical Romance. I want to. The problem with these huge bands is they're so big that they don't really do interviews anymore. But, if people ask me, like, my dream interview, My Chemical Romance, Paramore, Fall Out Boy, Blink-182, I would love to get some of these huge bands that really paved the way for all the other artists today. So, yes, I'm going to do everything I can to make it happen. But it's a lot more difficult than people think to get an interview with a band like that. So I'll work on it, and hopefully sooner or later we'll get there.
Do you ever have to deal with YouTube's copyright policy?
Yeah, I do, but because I won YouTube Next Up and because I've gotten so big on YouTube, I do have people with YouTube that I work with, and they know that I'm a music channel. So, I mean, it's difficult, it's frustrating anytime you're dealing with music, it's complicated, but I think at the end of the day, YouTube, bands, and labels know that, I'm not in this to screw anyone over. I love music, I love my fans, I love promoting the bands that I work with, and at the end of the day, I just want to be a part of the music community. And so far, that's helped me avoid most problems.
Recently, you've made a new YouTube channel called BryanStars Sings. What inspired you to make a channel where you cover songs?
That's a good question. Most of the time, how do I say it? I never thought I was a good singer, but I think I sang on one of my videos as a joke one time, like I was just being funny, for like 10 seconds or something. And I got like hundreds of comments going, holy shit, Bryan, you can sing. And I was like, what? Like, I couldn't believe so many people were saying that. But yeah, I started singing more and more, sometimes it's a joke and sometimes for serious. And enough people were enjoying it that I decided I should make a channel. So I guess the main reason I made a channel is because my fans inspired me and made me believe in myself that I could be a singer. And moving forward, I hope it gives me an opportunity to be even more involved with the band stuff that I interview. Like, I love Mayday Parade. I love Never Shot Never. I love All Time Low. So it'll be really cool to get to perform their songs and, really connect the lyrics and stuff. So,
yeah,
it's all about making my fans happy, and that's what they wanted. So I made fun.
How long did it take you to get so big on YouTube?
It's been almost 3 years. And people, again, the hardest thing in the world is getting started, whether it be a band or, a YouTube channel. It took me 5 months to get my first 1,000 subscribers. I remember I used to just find random music videos. Like, I would find Black Veil Brides videos, and I'd say, hey, guys, come check out my channel. I've interviewed Escape to Stay and Black Veil Brides and blah, blah, blah. Like, I would just spam. Spend hours of my time just trying to get anyone to watch my videos and check me out. That was really tough, but, I worked hard. I kept making videos. I remember one time I made a video, and I spent, 2 or 3 days working on it, and I put it up, and it got, 212 views or something. So, I mean, you know, it was really discouraging. There were times where I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep going, but I believed in myself. I believed in my product. I believed in my dream. And I believed in my fans. And over time, you know, we've built it up to 110,000 subscribers, 21 million views. So, you know, don't stop believing. That's my motto.
That's awesome. One last question I have for you. Do you ever, like, get nervous while interviewing, like, a super hardcore band, such as when you interviewed Chelsea Grin?
Not really. It's really hard to intimidate me. You know, I've interviewed Slipknot. I asked Hollywood Undead about Deuce. I interviewed Ronnie Radke almost immediately after he got out of prison. So it's really hard to scare me at this point. I even think I can interview someone like Marilyn Manson and probably not be freaked out.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that really helps me is I'm so focused on doing a good interview and making my fans happy that, like, sometimes I don't even remember doing the interview because I was so focused on my next question and, like, on trying to find a joke or try to find something, you know, interesting to talk about that, you know, I can't really live in the moment. I'm so focused on just making a good video. So, that's the main thing. I will say this, though. I was really nervous the first time I interviewed Ronnie Radke. Not because he had just got out of prison. Like, I don't give a fuck. He went to prison, you know.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But because so many people were asking for it, and I knew that it was going to be watched by, you know, hundreds of thousands. So those are the only times where I get really nervous because I don't want to let anyone down. But again, I just be myself. I ask the questions I think would be good to ask, and I try to make everyone laugh. And, you know, following that simple formula, I've been able to get to where I am. So.
Yeah, well, you did a really good job at it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
No problem. And thanks for taking the time to do this interview. It means a lot.
Oh, no problem. You did. I love the questions you picked, and you know, don't you have like 1,000 followers on Twitter?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, for everyone watching, still awesome. You should definitely follow, and who knows? Maybe we'll do interview number 2 sometime. So.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, and everyone watching, if you want to check me out at youtube.com/BryanStars. Or if you want to check me out, I go to the Y quite a bit with my shirt off, so that's a good place to check me out.
All right, thank you.